into our Lawn Saw Headline Report. So let's talk sports. I can't decide. I think I'm going to do it twofold. I sent you and Josh a text last night.
You did, and I'm wondering when that's coming out.
Okay.
I've been thinking, what are we?
Well, I had to ask y'all a separate MC question, like an event. People have asked us, which is cool. Thank y'all for asking us to help your events. And so I'm gonna say that, and I think I'm gonna bring Andy in because I think.
Oh yeah, we've got to bring Andy in.
I didn't get the.
It's like Hodge's bag.
I didn't get the 12-hour notice. Like
no, it was a very random thought that has hit me that I just don't get, and we've got
to discuss it.
Yes, and so Andy, congratulations, or I apologize. All right, so let's dive into our Lawrence Hall Headline Report. Lawrence Hall Abilene Online, LawrenceHallAbileneOnline.com. Go check out your stuff. Talking with Corey right now. Corey and the sales team, they're fantastic. Well, that's a whole nother story. But I think we start with the World Cup. It was kind of like in Misty probably doesn't remember this. Do you remember it was almost about to win the Open and Stuart Sink wins, and it was like he beat your grandpa and everybody was disappointed.
Yes.
I feel like that may have been what happened when Messi didn't win and Argentina didn't finish off the 18 holes, if you will, to win the World Cup. Spain wins 1-0. If you're a football fan, there you go, soccer people. There you go. I called it the right thing.
Football. I
think they probably feel like that was a great game. You didn't care who won. 1-0 to end the World Cup. I can't even remember how many days, but it took over. I kept coming back to the movie, Coming to America. Everybody just loving it. But Messi probably, I guess you can play at 45 or 46.
They say he's going to try one more.
At what point does he become just the GOAT of anything?
Incredible. You asked earlier how sad that it's over. Like, again, I said this a few weeks ago. I think I really got into it this time. I have watched in the past, but this time was different. Like in, our country, and just seeing all of the different teams really make me feel proud to be an American, and things that we probably take for granted naturally because we live here and we just don't even think about it. But I have really enjoyed watching the World Cup this year, and I'm going to miss it. That was a really great game. I was pulling for Messi, so little heartbreaker there. But man, it was just an incredible World Cup, and I'm looking forward to seeing Messi come back and seeing what he can do.
I think we'll see him again in 4 years, and I think the World Cup will try to make sure he's there just because he's such a face for the game. I think he'll be back. I agree with what you're saying. It was a great 6 weeks of soccer. I think the way that he's hosted was fantastic. I think the publicity of it, the marketing of it was great, and I think the games held true to form as well. It was great soccer. I'm not a huge soccer guy by any stretch, and I'll tell you, I really haven't watched the World Cup since the 1994 World Cup when the last time it was in the United States. So, but I think the exposure that it gave to the United States, we'll see if it's a boost for the game. Obviously, the United States is behind some of those international countries where soccer is. We'll see if it's a boost.
And that was one of the big talks on different networks and stations and shows is soccer in the USA getting better in closing the gap with Spain and France and Argentina and the places where it is their football. Like our football is going to happen. When does football season start for us? Mm-hmm. For them, it's cleats, it's soccer. Put two things up, and we're going to try to kick it through. And so me of tennis, and I come back to it and talking about tennis in America. It's been a while since we've had that guy or that girl. Yep. Now, we've had the girl in Serena and decided to come back and play and all those things. And so I'm like Andy, it will be interesting. Will we see more people inspired to go play? And will the ones that were on this World Cup team here also, because it's not like you train real hard to get ready for the 2027 season. You train real hard to get ready for 4 years down the road. And so it was fun. It was interesting to see everything that came with it. And it reminded us, for those that when you when you don't stand for the flag, and when you don't realize how great of a country, even though sometimes it gets jacked up, how great of a country, no matter who's leading, that we live in, how appreciative the people that did come over here enjoyed it.
No doubt. No doubt. I'd say that for how patriotic it was, and again how well USA hosted. But yeah, as you mentioned, Misty, just taken for granted ranch dressing and
Yes.
large drinks at Whataburger and all those types
Free
of
refills
Yeah.
apparently is a thing. I mean, I know that we're the most obese country, but free refills, like people were like, well, how much? Like in the videos on TikTok, and they're like, no, it's free. And they're like, no, really, how much is it? Like, I never thought free refills was like a big deal, and now I'm appreciative.
Right.
Like, I feel like such a little brat, but like,
Right.
I just don't know any better.
Right. Yeah. Oh, you're going to give me more chips and salsa?
Yeah.
And so I want to, again, Josh isn't here, and I'm going to say the Open 100 times and send it to him. But Ryan Fox winning the Open at 10 under, the way he did it, Sam Burns, the Dallas guy, was right there, just come up short. But Sam Burns and Cameron Young waiting 2.5 hours plus on the driving range waiting. And I love it. It's a catch-22. Cameras are everywhere. But they had a camera on Young out by the range, and I guess it was close to the 18th green. And it might not have mattered on the roar. Ryan Fox needs this putt to win the Open. Drains it. Roar goes crazy, and you just see this deflection of except for the check that came going in second.
Yeah, he did okay.
Yeah, he did okay. But Ryan Fox winning at 10 under, the champion golfer of the world from New Zealand. Not a lot of major winners from New Zealand, and so Ryan Fox winning it at 10 under at Royal Birkdale next year at St. Andrews, or iconic golf course. The 3M is happening. Ben Knowles is 10 under leading that tournament, and I need Lucas Glover to play well. We've got to, if I can get it in on our conversation. If it has to roll into section 2, that's fine. So I sent a text to Misty and Josh because it followed with a question about some folks wanting us to MC an event. And I said, I have a random Restream question.
Now I'm really nervous.
Tell you what, that's Lawrence Hall Abilene. We're going to come back, but it's going to take more than that. We're bumping some segments. We'll be back again. Lawrence Hall Abilene, online.com. We appreciate all that they do. Again, Jim in the service took care of us. They're back to the community. We appreciate it. We've got more here to landing cattle and a question.
Oh man, I don't even get any kind of.
No.
He didn't really either.
No, I didn't. No, I read it last night and I was like, did I read that right? Like I was just making sure that I even knew what was happening, but no, it's not. It's just funny. Yeah. Just kind of things that make you go, and then I'm like, why is he thinking about this at like 9 o'clock at night or whatever time that came in? It was just really funny. Yeah.
You'd be proud of me. I've even having to be like you here. So if there's something wrong with the monitor that normally plays it through the board. And so something wasn't working, so I had to put the mic up.
Do you need me to do anything with this camera? No. Do I need to move anything or just leave it?
No, I think it's good.
It's a quick camera. It's on both sides. Or is it?
No, it's just one.
It's cool until so one day it was like
It moved on its own.
and we were like,
Oh,
it's
really?
like on the ceiling. They're like, cool. Like nobody touched it. And so yeah, it was interesting. But
yeah, I'm going to come back to the car was upside down like that.
there you go. Did you know that I got a new car from Lawrence Hall?
Mhm.
I
Remember I
can't
saw-
remember if you were out there.
I came out there last week
That's
and
right.
said you lost the sport mom
I
card to
know.
other mom card.
It was so nice. I picked up Collins, her and her little friend group. They do a Bible study. They've been doing it throughout the summer on Thursdays from 2 to 4. And so, like picking them up and, some, it's sometimes I can't, sometimes I can, depending on work, but it sure has been nice picking them up from whatever I need to. And I'm like, oh, I have room for all of y'all, all these kids.
Yeah, she went from a Bronco to,
Like, yeah, well, to that Yukon. So now I can
That's
take
nice.
all, yeah, I had a 2-door Bronco. And so really Collins comfortably in the front seat, in the back seat. I mean, this girl's got legs now. And so I had that Bronco for 4 years and loved it, but I'm like, I can't take my girls. I mean, they're all my girls, even though I only have one, but I usually have 2 to 3 with me every time I'm picking up. And so I was like, I need something bigger to get us through high school. So. Good morning.
What's up,
How
Coach?
are you?
can I get you a water or anything?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm Misty. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yes.
I just wanted to ask y'all to order.
That's okay.
How are you?
Good.
I know, I sure do love being here versus
Yeah,
where
we-
we used to be. Woo.
I try to get creative.
Those were rough outings at first.
You've been over here, what, 3 or 4 years?
Yeah, it's been a while. I don't even remember when we moved in, but yeah, it's just so nice. Like, love coming here.
I did a couple of shows at the other place.
Yes, it was, yeah. That elevator was touch and go. We're talking about our old studio. I was like, this is such a nice upgrade
Oh,
from
God.
I'm like,
Even when the AC wasn't on, it's amazing.
I just was, every time I made it up the elevator, I was like, okay, I didn't die today.
The year,
Like,
I'm telling you, there was a
seriously.
period where floor 7,
I'm telling
the
you, I know.
elevator went up and it would stop at floor 7 and the door would go,
Yeah,
like, we're going to 8, what are we doing?
like one time I walked in and Josh was like, you look like you have seen a ghost. And I was like, y'all are gonna have to give me a minute. Like, I am so scared right now. I thought I was about to die in the elevator. And they're like thinking I'm dramatic. And then it happens to them. I'm like, see? There was always this like one security guard by the back door. Do you remember that? You walk in and he's just like, sup? And I'm like, okay.
You want to talk about, no, and
Scary.
hopefully he never had a whole lot of thing.
Oh no, he was playing like Crash Bandicoot or something on his phone
But
every morning.
if there ever was a job that you better make sure you were close to a place to charge your phone, it was that one.
Yeah,
Because it'd be like that Seinfeld episode, you'd fall asleep and they could rob the bank and not know it.
yeah, no. Bless it, yeah. Humble beginnings.
Huh?
Humble beginnings.
And those are y'all's if y'all want to mess with them, if y'all want to hear what's happening.
I'm so bad. I'm not into it.
Misty doesn't want to mess up her hair.
Yeah, I usually I have to. Like if we did a live show at Maxwell a month or so ago at a golf tournament and it was good.
Shout out to Tommy Alverson. I just felt like that car was upside down when I got here. That's kind of the way I feel like that Andy may feel the fact that he's about to get this random question that he's not really sure about.
You gave me no heads up that this was.
I didn't get, well, I asked them the question because it was part of, again, an event, again, where the Hodgeback brought to you by Lila Land and Cattle. We're in the Potosi Live studio. Our guests appear on our Pest Control phone line. So I've been to a couple of different places. And let me preface this. Again, I feel so much like unsportsmanlike it's ordered. So I asked this question, I threw it out to Josh and Misty. And I just said, I have a Restream question.
Immediately I get nervous. Like this is like last night. I'm like,
Yeah.
What is the question? Why am I in this group chat?
Do girls have in a restaurant, fast food place, or convenience store 2 toilets in their restrooms? I had to adjust it because sometimes my Hodgisms when I text are very
You
good.
gotta read between the lines.
And then Misty says, no, they are onesies or multiple stalls.
Okay, wait, where does this pop up?
Okay,
How does this question arise in your head on a Thursday night? All right, 12 hours before your show.
well, no. It just came out publicly 12 hours before the show. I've been to about 3 or 4 different places recently that in the restroom, there is a urinal. That's why I asked if there's 2 toilets. There's a urinal, and I felt bad. Coach Murphy is already in our green room, and I appreciate this.
He's
so
like,
awesome.
why am I here?
Yeah. Why couldn't I have been in that segment before this?
We'll get his take too.
So you go into a number of places, some are in Abilene, and you go into these restrooms, and there's a urinal and a toilet in the same room.
Like wide open,
Yes.
but it's like a men's bathroom.
That obviously, yes.
I mean, I was thinking, but
In
nowadays you just don't
2026,
know.
I understand your question.
Yeah.
And maybe some of you are more handy than I and understand why. But basically, when establishments do this, you've made it the ultimate odd, only one holer and wasted money, or you've made it the most awkward 2-holer and wasted money.
Surely that's not happening, right? Like 2 people in there at the same time?
That's my point. Why would you do this?
But has that ever happened to you?
No, I've not ever. I go ahead and lock the door,
Okay.
but deep down, the way it's set up,
it's like, come on
it's
in,
a
bud.
2-holer. Yes,
But there's no like
there's no
stall
barrier.
around
There's no barrier.
the other
There's
one.
no barrier.
That men are it's so weird. Y'all
But
are
it's
so
not
weird.
men. It's
but
not
it is
our
because
fault.
we don't use an urinal. So
No,
like
but
our
no.
side doesn't have that.
No, it would be the equivalent of having 2 toilets, where the urinal is another toilet and the regular toilet.
But we have little boxes that like go around
no,
us.
no, that would be there are no boxes.
I know, but why? That's so weird.
That's what I want to know. I need my home builders. I need thank you, Randy and Lynn. Congratulations tuning in right now. I just don't understand why that is the concept of building.
This is why. If you go in, obviously you've got a decision to make. Are we going number 1? Are we going 2? Okay.
No.
Is that why?
No.
Well, you're not going 2 in the 1. You know what I mean? You gotta have a urinal for y'all.
No.
You think just get rid of the urinal?
There's no need for 2 anything in there.
But
if
maybe
you're
they
not
want
going
to
to put
give
a barrier.
choices.
No, there's a school, and Coach Murphy understands this. Facilities matter. Facilities matter.
1,000%.
And there's a school out west. They were in our district when I was coaching 15, 20 years ago. And in their locker room, the visiting locker room, there was, and this was awkward, 3 toilets, boom, 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 no stalls or nothing. I don't know if kids were destroying them or what. So it was awkward. Those football guys you thought going up to 3 urinals was weird. 3 toilets next to each other was really weird. Remember, toilets needs to be in the podcast style. But my question is, it makes no sense, because deep down, if you leave and somebody asks you, is it just a 1-holer? No, it's not.
No.
It's actually a 2-holer that's awkward. And so my point is, when you said, maybe you don't know if you're going to do number 1, you don't know if you're going to do number 2. Maybe you just need that. No. Just have the 1.
Just get rid of the
because
urinal.
you're wasting the water, and I guess you're not wasting the water unless 2 people are going at the same time. You just wasted money on 1.
Yeah.
Why would you need the urinal if you're going to have the toilet? That's why.
That's fair. So you're seeing this like multiple places?
Yes.
I'm not.
But you're not going into men's restaurants.
No way. Not unless
even
there's
on
an
The
accident
Office.
happening. I'm never going
Even
to
on The
men's
Office.
restroom.
Even on The Office, Kevin was like, do you not want to go in there? But no, I don't. I understand that. My point is, I don't know why people waste money on those. Like our buddies at Mulligan's. Stall, urinal. It's a 2-holer. Not an awkward 2-holer.
Because you're in a box.
Yes.
Is the urinal also in a box?
No, it's just, it's.
So the urinal's like always just separate?
Yeah, it's never in a box.
There's not
No
a
box.
box. No
That's
box.
so weird. Men are so weird. Like, y'all don't want privacy?
Well, there is privacy. It's straight ahead.
I can't. That is so weird. I cannot imagine being like,
But
so.
you see what I'm saying is, because here's the other deal. The other thing I think is interesting at restaurants. Why, and I want somebody to answer this. There's never close enough the same amount of sinks to wash your hands as there are disposable places. Because you're always like, if there's too many people, you're waiting to wash your hands because 4 could have gone, but only 3 could be washing right now. 4 could have gone, or only 2 could be washing right now.
So sinks should match the toilets. Is that what
I
you're
would think,
thinking?
but there's probably, and we need to reach out to our friends at Black Plumbing. I can reach out to those folks and see why that's the case. But now you're not going to notice, but your job is to tell Clay to see how many places he sees this. Congratulations, Andy. So do you?
This is my only thought on this. Okay, so I'm not speaking out of personal history here, maybe, but knowing guys that, one, we don't always lift the seat, and 2, we don't always have the greatest of aim. Maybe it's out of respect to the next guy who's coming that, it forces us to the urinal if it's number 1, out of
Yeah.
respect to the next guy who.
But my thing is,
I don't know.
Yeah.
because people miss the urinal too.
True, valid point.
And so
Nobody's gonna sit on it.
no,
We don't.
that is true. Yeah, well, Kingpin.
This is a bless your heart moment for the men that are listening.
No, but my point is, why don't waste? So for those of you, you're about to open up you've got a dream of opening up your own restaurant. You're about to do a convenience store. You're about to do, you fill in the blank. Don't waste money on an awkward 2-holder.
I can't argue with you. But
Not
also,
always.
can there not be, please do more than just a onesie? Like, that's the worst when you're like, you gotta go. We're like stopping small town USA. There's
but
only a onesie and there's a line that's like out the
here's the
door.
deal. In a situation like that one, there's not a onesie. There's a twosie.
Right, but
that's an
you've
awkward
locked the
twosie.
door, so it's a onesie. Like whoever's going in, it's
Don't get me
never
wrong.
a twosie.
Don't get me wrong. There's been times in my head I thought I'm just gonna leave it unlocked, and then if somebody, oh, I'm sorry, and just say, well, no, there.
If you're feeling a little froggy, you're just like, ooh, leave it unlocked.
There's room for 2. I'm just saying. And so I apologize, Andy, that you chose today. Josh, we'll send him the podcast link as he's on the beach. He can listen to it tomorrow. But that is my awkward thought that came into my. It just got sent to y'all last night. I've thought this because the last couple of weeks I've been at places and I'm like, it's a waste of money.
No, I'm with you, but if you're also listening, please put more than one stall. Like anywhere. Don't ever
Stalls matter.
do a onesie ever,
Right.
because there's always more than
Now
one person
I'm
that
okay.
needs to know.
I'm okay with the onesie if you have no room.
Yeah, but still, it's just
But
like,
convenience stores should never only have.
right, but a lot of them do,
because-
especially small town USA, and I get that. But like some older facilities, but man, if you've ever been a little in a sitch and you're like, 3 deep in that line, it's problematic. That's all I'm saying. We've probably all been there and we don't even have to discuss it, but it's a problem.
All right. Well, there you go. There's my awkward hodge bag question of maybe the year.
Sports life and
Everything in
between.
between.
You warned me. You warned me.
I did warn you. And on another note, I am going to text my friends at Black Plumbing, see if we can get a response. When we come back, our Big Country Electric My Town segment, new faces, new places. Coach Webb Murphy, the head football coach at TLCA, will join us right after this.
That
I
is
did not expect that.
so funny.
Holy cow.
The only thing I can think of at all, and that's a good point, because like, you don't want to sit down on a toilet with feet, but like, so Christy and I have 4 kids.
Oh, yeah.
So like, if you gotta run your little one to the bathroom, and then you're like, well, man, I gotta go too.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's a true
that's-
point. Maybe
Okay,
that's.
so now you've no offense. Now you've made a family bathroom that may be used once a day.
Right,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
But I didn't even think about the
That's
kitchen.
not for everyone.
Never go in there. Never been. I don't think I've ever been
You never eat a taco
What's on
Bell?
over
there.
here?
No.
I've got 46 years of Taco Point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know where Armando's is on?
Yes,
That was one of the original Taco Points.
yes, and I knew
You
that.
had that little
I
game
did
room over
history.
there on the right. Yeah.
I don't know,
But
but
you're
I,
gonna not start noticing, and so Denver City.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, whenever you said that, I was like, yeah. Oh, I've
right away.
coached the game there.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
well, this was before Denver City had new facilities. Denver City, I was at Merkel 04, no, 02, 03, 03, 04. And I kid you not, their visitor locker,
I mean, just in the middle, like in the middle of it, like you're getting dressed, you're putting your pads on and you're washing your
toilets
butt.
like this. Hey, Webb, what's your assignment tonight? Well, I gotta block up the end, kick back here.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna touch hands,
That
get
is
a little
so
bit.
awkward. I could never. But
That
like, if you're in a situation and it's going down, how embarrassing.
Oh, man.
Like, oh my gosh, no, I could never.
So that is a true,
Yeah, no, Andy, y'all too on this one. Yeah, I'm out on this one.
up here, Webb.
Yeah,
put
yeah,
Andy
and then
there.
Andy
Okay.
stay there. Yeah, y'all do this one together.
See, back in the old days, I hadn't seen a cattle trough in a while, but it used to be just cattle trough, like
Yeah,
a urinal.
That is so crazy to me. Wow.
The Expos, the Coliseum was that.
Mhm.
I just think any bathroom, just a little privacy could go a long way. Even if it is all
Well,
like
you
that,
think
just
about
put boxes around them.
But even back in the day, the sign that people had was clean bathroom, like kind of like we have free HBO and clean bathrooms.
Yeah.
Is that your sales pitch? That's all you got for me?
Yeah, no.
Feel like I kind of shortchanged me.
I just feel like, yeah, y'all got in the shaft. Bless your hearts. Cause yeah. That's so
That's
funny.
family, man. Good,
They're good, yeah.
good,
Yeah.
good. So did y'all live in Sweetwater or were you going back?
We
and forth?
did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So where were you last year?
Sweetwater.
Okay.
So I got back settled in town then?
Mhm.
Good. How's the housing market? I bet it was crazy.
Man, it worked out great, like we bought, you know, I mean, just right, pretty close to Redwood Park, just
Okay.
like right. Little cul-de-sac on the end of Santa Monica.
Good.
I know we were kind of. It was almost.
Are y'all,
That's
are
good.
y'all 2A?
2A Division I.
That's what I was hovering over.
What's that district? I don't even know what that district is.
It's a meat grinder, man. It's like Cisco and Holly and Hanson and De Leon. Everybody's pretty good. So we got that going for us. You know?
You're like, yay.
Beloved districts. Coach Webb Murphy may be a little nervous that he is part of this My Town. Again, our Big Country Electric My Town segment brought to you by Big Country Electric Cooperative, taking care of their members each and every day out of 3 offices, Roby, Snyder, and Stanford. We appreciate it. We highlight local player coach program, and this summer we've started looking at highlighting new faces at new places. And we've had Coach Sparks, the new head football coach at Rotan. We had Coach Gorman that's at Abilene Christian Schools. And today we have Coach Webb Murphy. His same face at the new place is at TLCA of Abilene. And pretty fitting on a day that Andy is guest hosting for Josh, their FCA ties. And so, Coach, I do not apologize because the segment did what it did. But welcome this morning.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. Yeah, no apologies necessary. Don't ever apologize.
Do you have a take on the awkward toilet?
I think Andy made a great point about, men need a urinal. It's not necessarily always a great idea to, you don't want to sit down on some mess, and there's a lot of this that'll create mess. And also, my thought was, and this isn't for everybody. I mean, if I was a business owner, like you said, I wouldn't do this because it's not like cost efficient. But my wife and I, we have 4 children. And so it's very common for us, like you've got to run your little one to the bathroom or you might have to run both of your little ones to the bathroom.
I mean,
or whatever.
the awkward 2-holder fits you if you've got your kids.
Right.
It's no different than being at the house.
2 for 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it fits
For
there.
sure.
All right. So again, Andy is here and Josh is
Did
back.
they teach you that question in media training?
No,
I don't think so.
that's-
They should probably never do that.
That's a fireball. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it hurling.
Again, it's summer and football's not here yet. But so Coach, we are looking at coaches that are at new places, new jobs, starting new seasons coming up, and we've mentioned it. It's knocking on the door. Coaching schools this past week looked like it. I would like to have been in the room with Sark and McGuire, and But talk a little bit about folks about your journey and some of the spots that you've been and that one, what brought you to TLCA?
Okay. Well, I've been really blessed throughout my career to work with great people. And I mean, I look back on it and I think, man, like how'd that happen? I mean, like a lot of the guys, a lot of the head football coaches and ADs that I've worked under, I mean, like our coaches association would put them on Mount Rushmore, I mean, I've been with Wayne Hutchinson, and I played for Randy Allen back in the 90s at Abilene Cooper, and was on Hugh Sandifer's staff at Wiley, and most recently I was with Brian Hodnett in Sweetwater, and just you can't find better men. And so I'm really excited about this opportunity. I feel like it's 22 years in the making, and I'm just really excited that God gave me this opportunity and I get to put my stamp on a program.
And you look at it and taking over a program at TLCA, and Andy was asking about the district, and I'm not saying that's the SEC, but it may be close to the SEC of Division II football, or Class A or Class 2A football. So what made you say, you know what, I want to be the head coach. This is the job I want to take. You talked about coming back to Abilene and kind of, I saw in the chamber office yesterday, all the roads do lead back to Abilene.
Yeah.
And this one's led you back to kind of right in the middle of town.
Mm-hmm. My wife and I were both from here, and we have deep roots here. And Abilene is really special to both of us, and her mom and dad, still live here, and her brother and his crew are here, and so it's important to us. And like I say, Abilene's kind of the hub of the wheel anyway, and it's certainly the hub of ours. And with the coaching profession has kind of bounced us around and things like that, and this has always been home to our kids. And anyway, so it's important. And when this opportunity arose, man, it's just a neat. There's great people over there. There's some administrators and leaders within that system that I was familiar with, and I trust them, and that's really important. And it's just a really neat opportunity, like I said, to do what I want to do, where I want to do it. And then also athletically, I mean, there's nowhere to go but up.
Right.
I mean, everybody knows what they've been in the past, and man, I think, well, let's go fix that. Let's go make a splash. Why not? And like you say, the district is very good, and it kind of, I've known Mitch Abels a long time, and he's such a great guy, and I think, man, why is he such a nice guy? Because I would prefer to not like him, but that's not the case at all. And his family's first class, and his kids are, and he does a great job. And I think, dang it, I don't want to lose to somebody that's so nice, or whatever. I want to, but anyway. But yeah, the district is very good. There's Anson and DeLeon and Cisco and Heiko. Coach Hart does a great job. All those guys do a great job. And but anyway, we'll just go mix it up.
At least you got a couple of short bus rides mixed in with the Heiko bus ride.
Oh, I know. When I was coaching at Wiley, goodness, I mean, we'd go to Amarillo or Lubbock all the time, and all that. So yeah, our away games are, you go about 30 minutes, and I'll take that. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about TLCA. And I love how you mentioned the coaches who are influential for you, the Coach Allens of the world, and those that you've worked with. I know that is important to you to now be the influence on the young men that'll be in your program. So talk about just kind of the first stages of taking over a new program, developing your culture that ultimately leads to success. But talk about your first steps and stages that you've taken.
Okay. Well, my first day on the job was April 20th. And I'm a big believer that the way you do something is the way you do everything. Details matter, all that stuff. It's the old cliche, because it's true. Little thing, you take care of little things. Well, guess what? Big things will start happening. And so day one for us, I mean, it's like, all right, guys, our locker room's going to be clean. We're going to have a weight room that we're proud of. We're all going to wear the same clothes during the athletic period, and, just that sort of stuff. And so give them give them a sense of pride, give them a sense of camaraderie. And, that's where it started for us.
And so, and part of that is forming a staff, and because as you mentioned, and I say all the time, the men and women that serve our country and first responders are probably the only ones that I think that brotherhood wise, your coaching staff and Texas high school coaches across not high school, but just Texas coaches across the state, the brotherhood, the fraternity, the camaraderie, the understanding of what we're going through each and every day. There's not anything like it except our military and our first responders. Forming that staff and understanding, okay, we're not going to look at this, oh, we got an uphill battle, we got this, we got that. We're going to do what we need to do to get moving in the right direction. What was that like forming that staff?
It was great. I remember, having to make some hires, like you always do, and coming in and all that kind of stuff. And, I decided a long time ago, a couple of things is like, well, you got to have the right people in the right places, and my grandmother, one of her deals, she used to say, talking about friends and stuff when I was a kid, she'd say, well, would you rather have 100 pennies or 4 quarters? It's better to have 4 quarters than 100 pennies, and so we just got to have the right people in the right places. And I feel like we have that. And like playing football is not for everybody. It's hard. It's really hot when we start, and hopefully it's really cold by the time we're getting to finish. And coaching's not for everybody. There's a lot of hours, there's a lot of sacrifices to it and stuff. But at the same time, like you said, I mean, the comparison to our servicemen and women, and we're not fighting a war. Right. It's not life and death. And we're playing a game. Right. We're playing a game with kids.
And impacting kids and trying to, as you mentioned, hey, we want you to have some pride. We're going to dress the same because we want you to believe in yourself and have confidence in what we're doing each and every day. So what do you look forward to now? Interesting, game 1. If I'm looking at the schedule right, make sure it's all correct. Playing Baird. Mm-hmm. I know Coach Kerr, who was at TLCA at one time, it hasn't as maybe a desire. Gordon did this, playing some 11-man games as along with some 6-man. What interests you about playing that first game? And I always go back to Hoosiers. And when I got the head basketball job at Roby, I'm not gonna lie, that first game against Monday on a Tuesday, have that little feeling coming in. What's your thought going to be putting that headset on as the head coach, going and playing against Baird that first night?
Well, it'll be fun. Everything that's going to take place on August 28th, and everything builds towards August 28th. And so I think that, and I need this constant reminder for myself, but like when you get to that, the outcome will always take care of itself if the process is right. And so, we just say at our place, hey, pressure's gonna burst their pipes, but it makes our diamonds, and so it's just, we do the things that we do. We just keep stacking great days on top of great days, and the outcome's gonna take care of itself. And it's really not about, it's kind of a bit of a paradox. I mean, it's really not even about winning and losing. It's about doing everything you're capable of doing. It's about doing things right. It's about lining up correctly. It's about knowing what your assignment is and doing it with fanatical effort. And if you do that, scoreboard will take care of itself.
Right.
That's right. Hey, I'm going to take you down. You've been around football a long time. So favorite memories for you so far, maybe as a player. I know at Cooper, you made state championship game. I know with Stanford, you won one as a coach. Favorite memories for you from the game of football?
Man, okay, what a great question. So, all right. So, like I said, I played for Randy Allen, and, you can't be better as a coach than Randy Allen. I don't think. He's just it, and as a kid, as a teenager, oh man, I certainly felt that way. I was a brainwashed Cooper. I am telling you, and so I remember my sophomore year, I was on JV, got moved up for playoffs. The first playoff game, we beat Lubbock Coronado, blew them out, beat them real bad. And I think I was the only one that never played, in that game. I didn't step 1 foot on the field that night, you know, and so, I mean, I'm crushed. I mean, I'm like, you know, and I'm not going to say anything to anybody, you know, certainly not Coach Allen, you know.
Yeah, do you not know
Like,
what you're doing?
like, right. I mean, you know,
Turn
like,
that fedora
hey,
around.
do you realize how good I am? Like, I'm, you know, or whatever and all that. And fortunately, I was raised by a mother that she didn't play that either. I mean, you know, like she was never going to do it. The only thing she ever told him was, thank you for coaching my kid. And that was about it. You know, and we need more like her, I think.
No doubt.
But anyway,
No doubt.
so, but anyway, I mean, I'm crushed. And, you know, and I'm just a little sophomore. I don't have a driver's license. And so we drive back from Lubbock and all that. And I mean, I'm happy for the team. I was a team, you know, all that stuff. But anyway, I'm like just so embarrassed. And I'm like, man, I didn't play. And, you know, it's like whatever, 2 a.m. or something. And I've got to sit on the curb and wait for my mom to come pick me up and whatever and all that. And Coach Allen, you know, he just waited outside with me. And I'm not going to say a word to him. I mean, I'm not going to. You know, and anyway, he just rubbed my neck, put his hand on my shoulder, and like he brought it up to me. I mean, he was like, well, you didn't get on the field tonight, did you? And I said, no, sir. And I mean, dead square in the eyeballs. He said, I see you as a 2-year starter. You're going to make a big impact for us.
Wow.
And I mean, he just spoke life into me, and I mean, I'm 46 years old. I remember. I mean, I'm getting emotional about it, like right now, you know. But I mean, that's probably, and yeah, like the next year, I started left tackle, and we got beat by Drew Brees in the state final, you know. And so,
notice how his memory was the conversation with the coach, not losing to Drew Brees. So Drew Brees, take that.
yeah, that's right. Wherever you are with all your piles of money, and
whatever, your Super Bowl ring
Mhm.
and your state championship ring, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, hey, hope the Eagles have a great year this year.
I do too.
And I know you're excited about it, and we appreciate you taking time this morning, and be on the lookout for those awkward 2-holders.
All right, thank you so much. I enjoyed it.
Coach Webb Murphy, when we come back, we'll have Misty's back. Maybe it won't be as awkward.
Good stuff.
Oh, great interview, y'all.
Yeah.
I got you
Misty was crying.
posted. When you said that, I had to look away. I'm such a little baby. That got me when you were telling that story of like, because I think we've all probably had a moment when we played sports growing up that like, there was something that a coach said to us or that we took from it. Yeah, I was like, oh, I was like, that got me. So.
Good to recognize that.
Coach, yeah, I tell you, he's won a lot of games, but he's won more kids than games.
Hello.
Good to see you.
All right.
Y'all have fun. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
we need to take our picture.
Okay, I already posted. I did y'all 3 and then I did the TLCA posted.
You want to do a picture of us 4?
We can, but I already posted it.
Well, we can have them done
Okay.
that way when he wins.
Okay. Do you want to take a picture of us or while you're
Sure,
here?
y'all.
Okay.
May yard luck. Y'all are going to be able to get a haircut.
I'm excited that we have some track stars in the house.
Okay.
Good, how are you? Well,
Oh,
let's get over here.
He's decided he was going to go to Murray.
Okay,
and he
if
just
I
switched
catch
up.
you
He
here
decided
doing
he
it
was
from
gonna
this
be it.
angle.
Oh, wow.
So he's doing that.
He already listened.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
process.
It's happening.
Wow. Look at that.
Okay.
Live music and ticket events. Head out to Potosi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Hey, same here. You bet. It was a lot of fun.
Good, nice to meet you.
You
Good
know, when you
luck.
met Coach Johnston at Abuelos, I was going to come over and we
I think
could
we've
talk.
got 1 segment and then we'll
He
do it,
wasn't
I
good.
think, but y'all just hang out here and yeah.
They're having
Yeah, I'm so excited we have my daughter does track. She's in she's about to be in 8th grade. And
I don't
this is
think
like
you remember
7th
the
grade,
name,
it's
you
like
just
her
called her
first
Coach.
track.
It's kind of-
And
it's
she
kind of freaky,
like,
brother.
was like, we did all of things, and all of a sudden now track is like her thing, and I'm like, what the heck? She does volleyball, basketball, everything else, and cheers for Wiley. And like, so I've really like gotten into track, and so I was really excited to see that we were getting some track stars in the house. Cause now are y'all in 8th grade, or y'all gonna be freshmen? Okay, so y'all are the same age as my daughter, okay, cool. Very good.
Go good with questions? Okay. Then I'm going to ask you, y'all going to be at church on Sunday?
And I love that we have twins. I don't know. It's so cool. Twins. We love it.
What time is the alarm clock this morning?
We're back.
What's that?
3 in the, yeah.
What?
Oh my gosh.
So did y'all already work out this morning? Still do a workout? No?
So
Yeah.
I can't tell, even though y'all got different hair now. Which is which? Which one are you? Zaven? Okay. Yeah, Zay. Yeah, well, I mean, it had to be the other.
Wow.
And see, Greg Austin, the guy that owns this station, has identical twins too.
So crazy.
I said they're going to be seniors. He's taking senior pictures this morning with them, and
Are they Atlanta?
yeah, those are names. Oh my God, Kate and Carly Gilbreth.
Yeah, I've seen your crew out there taking pictures last 2 days.
Tower specializes in criminal defense from all individuals. So if you're in need of someone, call Tower 325-232-8075. Your screen will be over. Tower Cable offer 325-232-8075.
This is when I wish I was left-handed. The Hodge Fact, we've had Webb Murphy, it's good stuff. He has been on. Webb got the toilet question. Be curious if we may not ask those kids that question. It may be awkward. We're glad that you're with us. Webb Murphy, again, we appreciate him joining us, head football coach at TLC Abilene. And now it's time to open up Misty's bag.
Oh, it is the best time of the week. It's time for Misty's Bag, brought to you by Mulligan's Sports Bar, Grill and Golf, located at 1166 Ben Ritchie Drive. Mulligan's just having all the fun all the time. One thing I definitely want to plug is next weekend, August 1st, Kirk House, local little legend. We love Kirk House. He's back home and he will be performing a free concert right there at Mulligan's, free admission. So family friendly event. Again, Kirk House Band coming back home. Cannot wait. I will be there. If you have not heard Kirk House Band, you are truly missing out. He is an amazing artist. And so that's happening next week at Mulligan Sports Bar, Grill and Golf. And again, are you the best in the big country? Prove it. So the Abilene Open Championship happening next weekend, Friday, July 31st. And so prove it. 3 venues, 3 formats, 1 champion. It will not be me. I will not be the one. Y'all know that golf is not my game. So it will not be me, but that's going to be super, super fun. We've got a lot of great golfers in Abilene. And so I'm interested to see who's going to come out and play for that and take it all home.
Are you in on it?
I have to find a partner. The struggle with that is it's not flighted. So now if I can maybe get Trey Todd or somebody like that involved.
Oh yeah, Trey is such a gifted golfer.
Yeah, just not bad. He played in the Big 12.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, let's get to the question of the week. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with like the term Christmas in July. But people do a lot of different things. Sometimes they are literally having Christmas with their family in July. So this question kind of came up this week talking to my husband, Clay. We have random thoughts also like Hodge and his toilet question.
We may start adding all previous guest hosts to a thread.
Please.
We need to.
Yes, please.
We need to. So just along the lines of again, just weird conversations that happen at the Collier household. But so, we're going to talk about the Christmas meal. So it's Christmas in July. What goes with Christmas? The Christmas meal. So food fight breaks out at Christmas in July. What is your weapon of choice against your family that is not a meat?
Not a meat, okay, you already threw me a curveball. I
Yeah, you
had my-
can't be throwing out
I
like
had
a
my
turkey
original thought.
stick or something.
And I have to say this too, it's been 9 weeks since I've sat in this chair for Josh, and I totally blew last Misty's bag, so like, I didn't sleep well last night knowing this was coming, and I had my answer and you threw a curveball, so Christmas in July, man alive.
Food fight breaks out.
And you have to grab food.
You gotta take your family member down, food fight, right
Okay.
there at the table, but you cannot choose a meat. So what is your weapon of choice?
Because I've been around folks that apparently, when the dessert comes out, sometimes people like a beverage. And that beverage is coffee.
Ooh,
So if I grab the coffee and food fight the coffee.
you're mean. Coffee like that.
It's burning.
That's like
huh?
30
I mean, I didn't know how tough is this fight.
Dang, he doesn't like his family.
Well, I don't know.
I'm
I
not
mean,
trying to like injure him.
all right. So you're saying fun food fight.
I mean, you know, I don't know, but I don't know that I'd scorch someone's face off in my family. But you know, if that's what you choose, it's your answer. Coffee
Yeah,
is definitely
okay,
causing
alright.
some damage.
All right. If it's a survival of the fittest in like,
Okay, we'll go two side.
all right, if
That
if
one.
you need to win, I mean, like if we're Hunger Games,
Okay.
coffee. If you're not, because you might have plenty of them left, you probably won't have any plenty left because they're always so good. But if you had a bunch of rolls, you could just.
Not a bad idea.
Okay.
I like it. Okay,
Sorry
I'm going
for the
similar.
numbers.
I'm going similar, only because I know that one shot takes Hodge down. It's the plated deviled egg.
Oh!
So it's got the roll feel because you have multiple. You know, but it's more like a 22 than a shotgun. Your aim's gotta be good.
But it will bounce off and not completely hurt him too bad.
True, but it does have the ability to bruise if you throw it well. And it's got the ability to splatter, which is great.
And you're gonna smell like a.
Exactly.
And he'll
One-
probably throw up.
and one shot takes Hodge down, so I'm going the deviled eggs.
Yeah, the deviled egg would take. I mean, I don't disagree that would not be a great weapon of choice.
Especially against you.
Yes, because first of all, I call them dirty diapers, is what I nickname them, because the white is the diaper and the boot is the dirty. They're disgusting and they're gross, and I don't know how anybody eats them on purpose.
I will say, but you did eat one live on air, which is probably the best video that we've ever posted,
and
it was
and
amazing.
it went viral with Freddie and Harry on ESPN Radio because I called in. They said Safe Space. Said, man, guys, I just had a deviled egg. I got to eat that. No, I called them the Thursday night before I had to do the show on Friday. I said, I got to eat a deviled egg, and I'm like, I'm a little nervous about it. And Freddie and Harry's like, I mean, you just got to get after it, enjoy it. I'm like, negative.
He did not enjoy
No, so the
anything.
deviled egg would be good because it, as you fling it, the dirty, as y'all, I guess the devil don't know why y'all like anything called the devil, tells you why. Flings off and hits you as the white egg hits you. It is a double shot.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
You could actually take out multiple family members with one good shot of a deviled
Because
egg.
the goo is going to get on people,
It is.
and that goo will stay with you for life.
Have you ever been in a food fight? Like legitimate food fight? You know, think about your school days. Like, ever been in a
No,
real
I-
food
I
fight?
can't say that I have, no.
No, me
haven't.
either, but it
Now there was a
sounds fun.
legendary one at Wyoming a few years ago,
Ooh, there was a good one at Wiley.
a long time ago. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna need the deets.
Way
on that.
before our time.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's, that, I don't have that history there.
Oh,
Yeah, Google it. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look that up now. Yeah, I'm into it.
So what's yours? He's done deviled eggs. Now again, I'm sorry, I listened to the question, but I didn't know how intense the fight was. On the food fight.
Obviously, yeah,
Because coffee is the ultimate, like you're done.
yeah.
But if it's fun, interactive, no, it's all a joke, and no, it's all those things.
Yeah, I think so. Deviled eggs was on my list. You know, I've learned a thing or two with this question. I've got to have multiple answers.
Yes.
What's funny is Hodge and I are a lot of times on the same page with our answers, and so I usually have to go 3 or 4 deep. So deviled eggs was on there. I think I would bust out the old like cranberry like jellied sauce,
Ooh, yeah.
like because again.
It would be the equivalent of like slime or whatever.
Right, it
would
like
stick.
takes, yeah, it'll stick. Also, you know, a favorite of Hodge's, pea salad, could definitely take someone out. And this is funny. So actually Clay, my husband, requested pea salad this week. He made some grilled chicken. He was like, do we have everything to make pea salad? If not, I'm gonna go to the store. He loves it. We eat it at our house. So I made him some pea salad. And so again, you can imagine how this question was formed.
I think while we're running away from it, not to get it on me.
Yeah, but no, and mashed potatoes could also be a good one. Like that's another one that is like sticky. But man, coffee, like I didn't go down that rabbit hole.
Like, first of all, I've never seen it at a Christmas dinner, even Christmas in July dinner, but we'll go with coffee.
Coffee you're out for 30
But apparently coffee is what people want with cake and dessert or whatever.
I don't know. I've never actually thought of coffee at a Christmas meal, but if you're really trying to do some damage, yeah, coffee is it.
Well, I don't think anybody plans their menu on what damage they're going to do in case of anybody attacks.
Well, now I'm rethinking Christmas dinner. Now maybe I need coffee. I don't know.
Just in case, you never know when it's going to break out.
When it breaks out, I've got to be ready to take them down.
Yeah. All right. Nope, can't have that. That's not going to hurt anybody.
This year's going to be totally different in December. We don't do Christmas in
Why
July.
is there 50 different types of breadsticks where you can throw?
Seriously,
Yeah,
I'm
so
rethinking this.
no doubt. So there's your options. I've got because rolls. I just think if you have a basket of rolls, you have plenty of.
That would actually be fun.
I mean, snowball type rolls
Yeah.
that you could fling and.
There's a
across.
restaurant that you can throw rolls. I want to say it's called like Landry's or
Yes,
something,
in,
right?
Branson.
Yeah,
Or in
and you
Missouri
just
somewhere.
throw the rolls like it's literally home of the homemade
Like
throwed
wrap
rolls or
people,
something.
or you like toss,
Yeah,
turn
like-
into
So
going
the waiters throw them at you. Like,
Yeah.
if you want another roll, they're across the room. They
like
throw
peanuts at a ball game.
Yeah.
they throw you another roll
Yeah.
across the restaurant.
It's really fun. Yeah,
There you go.
highly recommend.
Again, we can give them a free plug because they're out in Missouri, but like there's other local places in town that are known for their rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they ought to look into that.
Seriously, yeah. I don't know. So
They've kind of
very
gone
fun
away.
atmosphere.
They've gone away from the peanuts. Maybe they need to roll on over.
Absolutely, I see what you did there.
We're gonna roll on over to hour number 2. We'll be back with some twins right after this.
He said twins.
What time did we tell people y'all were gonna be on?
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
which is okay.
Come on.
They
over
can
here.
share. No,
Okay.
because y'all need to be in on this.
Okay, no, y'all, here, I'm
At
gonna
least
put
you.
y'all here, cause no, never mind, y'all probably wanna be there for the camera angle, since there's 2 of y'all, so y'all can.
Matt
stand-
Beard doesn't even know the answer, and he is.
Y'all can stand and kind of like go back and forth, that might be easier, so I'd probably move that chair, and then y'all can just, and then when you wanna get on it pretty good, like, but get pretty close to it on. And be, loud if you can, so that everybody can hear you. So you're on Facebook Live right now, and then of course it'll be on podcast and live radio, like for people in their cars. So I was looking, I need to go back and look. 200, 400, what are the events? Okay, and y'all do the same events or
We don't want to the same evening. We both do the 400.
both do the 400?
400.
How's that competing against each other? It's the same event. Are y'all like go ahead and tell me who's normally taking that first place? Okay, so how close is it? Like,
Like a gap, just.
oh man, so you better be ready. He's closing in. He said, he said, I'm the one that got up at 3 and got a workout.
What are y'all running? 400.
And the sound of that.
We're gonna 58.
They've broken quite a few PRs this year.
Holy cow.
And what are you running in? Like right?
57.
Golly, oh my gosh, as an 8th grader. Or going into 8th grade now. Wow.
Do y'all have any competition in track meets? No.
They probably more so in the summer because they've had
Sure.
to run 16 years some. And
Oh,
so they ran against, well, one, Sea City, they ran against twins from Sea City. They were fast, they were seniors.
That's in high school.
Yeah. Yeah, so something with that, they had competition there, which was good for them.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
that's, oh, yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, I love it. My daughter runs the open quarter, but not that fast. I can't even remember what her best was. I mean, it was like low 60, 60 something.
You see the guy set the world record in the mile this week?
No, what was it?
3:42.
Oh my gosh, 3:42.
That's great.
That is insane. Yeah, Collins, my daughter, her probably best event right now is triple jump. She's almost doing 35 feet. And she PR'd at the Wiley camp this year. She PR'd in 7th grade and she pretty much dominated almost every track meet. But so apparently as a 7th grader to be jumping that is like, she's like, would be on the podium at most of the high school track meets. So we're excited to see if she can continue on, you know, and then long jump, she almost did 17 feet. So PR'd it this summer, so that was kind of fun.
They
But-
got,
so-
asked by, after their first meet for summer track, they got asked by a, coach from Midland area that was nationals, and they could have qualified to go run in Iowa. But when they asked, like, they had to sign up the next day.
Oh, man.
And so we're like, okay, next year they're gonna try to qualify for nationals in
awesome.
California.
Oh,
let's
wow.
go.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's so cool.
We were never a track family, so now track's cool.
Well, that's how I feel about my daughter. Yeah, I'm like, what?
I
This
was
is
like, oh, this
fun.
is actually really fun.
It's really fun. Yeah. That's so cool.
Oh, Zay ran a 57 one time in your 400 the second meeting. You PR'd in your 100 11:79.
Cruising.
And Xavier was 12:2. They're like really.
Y'all are
close.
like right there. That's really cool.
Their 200 was 26:6 and 26:8.
Oh my gosh.
So they're like always really close.
Ugh. So is it like, are you better in the 200 or is it like,
Yes.
okay, so you're better in the 200, you're better in the 400 and 100. Okay. Yeah, that's gotta be tough, man.
Zaven,
Yes, sir.
okay, purple shirt.
Purple shirt is better at the
Or
200.
lavender.
He's better at the 200. Then we got 4 and 100. But only, I mean, he's close. You better be, he's closing in on you.
Right now, I need to go to the questions I sent Zoe.
And then again, just when you're talking, just kind of in and out, go back to the mic so that they can hear you guys. And I'll probably ask my question I always ask, which is normal.
Y'all just talked, so you're gonna
Yeah.
ask a lot more questions.
It's just, like, how do you get ready? Like, is there a song to pump you up? You wearing certain socks, like rituals, routines?
It's time for
It is time for hour number 2, brought to you by Coleman County State Bank. ColemanBank.com is where you need to reach out to if you're looking for that new house and you need some mortgage and you need people that are going to walk you through that process, maybe for the 17th time. It's sometimes coaches are moving around a lot, or sometimes it's your first one and you're looking for that house. Call and reach out to ColemanBank.com with Tammy Withers and her team. They will get you taken care of, walking you through that process of buying that dream home or vacation home or whatever you need. ColemanBank.com. Again, hour number 2 brought to you by Coleman County State Bank. It's time to introduce our Hodgepack Sport Clips Youth Player of the Week. And we're excited. We appreciate the folks at Sport Clips, the Lackeys, the Walkers. We appreciate them so much coming on board. Again, go get your haircut. 2 locations, the south side right there off of Southwest Drive, of course, on the north side as well. Go get those haircuts. MVP, towel, shampoo, massage. It's fantastic. So go check out the folks at Sport Clips. We've had basketball, we've had baseball, we've had softball, we've had golfers. Today, we've got track stars. And again, I mentioned it during the pre-show or during the Lawrence Headline Report, track in the summer. Most of the time, track's not fun in the spring. But we have joining us identical twins, Pretty excited. Zaven Martinez, appreciate y'all taking the time to be here this morning. We'll let them introduce, even some we got folks on Facebook they can see as well listening. Tell them which one you are, what grade you're in, and where you go to school. We'll go from there.
My name is David, and I'm going to 8th grade.
There you go. All right, there you go.
My name is Zayd. I'm going to 8th grade, and I go to school in Milton.
All right, so they go to Rotan. If you remember last week, if you missed, Coach Sparks was on the Hodge Pack with us last week as our new faces, new places. You can go download that podcast as well. And so, guys, we'll start with you, Zaven. Zaven, tell our listeners again, when you go to a school at Rotan, you have the privilege of playing pretty much everything. Some schools are too big, and it's hard to play football, basketball, baseball, track, and everything. So tell our listeners what all you play and participate in as a Yellow Hammer.
I participate in basketball, football, and track. I used to do football, but I used to do baseball, but I don't do baseball no more. But
All right, so you're playing pretty much everything right now but baseball.
yes, sir.
All right, what about you, Liz?
I do all sports, just not baseball because it's not my type of sport. I just don't like baseball. Just don't like it.
That's okay. That's all right. And so one of the reasons that we have you in is because that you got nominated, winning the Sport Clip Youth Player of the Week, is that y'all been doing summer track and running summer track meets, and we'll get Misty to ask about the specific events. But I'm going to just ask you straight up, track in the summer, why are we doing track? Why do you love track so much to do it in the summer? Go for it, Zay.
Just so I can get more stamina and stuff for track during school season, so I can actually run my 400 a little better during school.
All right, so you're doing it to get better in track. What about you, Zaven?
Well, it separates me from all those other sports, and because it's like a mental sport, and you're competing against yourself.
Right, and so you're competing. You talk about competing, and most football coaches and Coach Murphy, who was just in here, would probably agree. Track makes you better in just about everything you do. It makes you faster mentally. You've got to get ready to run, whether it's a spring meet in March or if it's a summer meet in June or July. You've got to get mentally ready, and it kind of it's almost a fight within yourself, competing. Yes, you're racing and running against other people, but trying to beat that time. And so, do you have a race that is your favorite of the ones that you? First of all, tell us what races y'all do.
Okay, so I do the 400 and 200, and my favorite one is 200 because that's the main one I'm good at.
All right. What about you?
Mine is 400 and 100, and I like 100 better, so I just get people with my speed.
There you go.
I've just got to ask. So, how did y'all get into track? When did you start running track? And at what point did you realize I'm really good at this?
So I started running track when I was like 9 or something like that, and I really got into track because my mom, she used to do track in high school. She was really fast, and then my speed, I figured I was really fast and I had a lot of stamina, so I just like doing track. I was 10 years old, 9 years old when I was running track, and then I started liking track because I used to win every single time I raced somebody.
So yeah, when did you start? Obviously, y'all are winning a lot of things. When was that? A couple of years ago? Was it this year that you were man, we could really continue on our entire, you could maybe even do this in college if you wanted to. So was it recently that you realized y'all are really, really good, or at what moment were you hey, I'm gonna really get up at 3 a.m. and do a workout and go try and run track in the summer to get better?
About 6th grade, because of yeah.
So my question is, I think most kids probably found out they were real fast when you were playing tag, on the elementary playground, and nobody touched you. You probably found out how fast you were. So you're competing in this state track meet. I believe is next weekend, and so who are the people that you're competing against? Is it all a bunch of 8th graders? Who are you going to be racing against? Do you know that answer? Like, who else are you going to be competing against? I'm assuming you're not just going to be a 2-man race. So who else is going to be at this track meet?
I don't know other people, but like we're gonna be racing against 8th graders and 7th graders. So 14.
So basically, like it's a junior high state track meet for the summer.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I want to ask some other fun questions. First of all, you like track. What other sports? Do you like football? Are y'all ready for football?
Oh, yes.
All right. Got a new coach. A lot of things happening there. As identical twins. Well, first of all, if you remember the Patton twins from Holly, they had a big deal. Did y'all ever know them? The Holly has identical twins, Filipino twins. They're now racing. They're running at Angelo State. Great kids. And they always talked about how competing against each other was fun, but also very competitive. So, who's the fastest out of you two?
I would say Zayd, just by a little bit though.
Okay, just by. Who's the oldest?
Also Zayd.
Okay, just by a little bit. Just by a little bit too. All right, so which is great for brothers to admit that Zayd's a little faster. Would you agree, Zayd? Are you going to agree with that?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you agree with that too. Okay, so how is it competing? Does it give you that advantage and benefit your team knowing that you're competing against somebody just a little bit faster, just a little bit slower than you? Does it feel like it makes you better athletes competing alongside and with each other?
Yes, sir. It just makes me like think of more about like running faster and just trying to be my brother.
There you go. What about you, Zayvon? Since he is faster just by a little bit.
It makes me like see when I do 400 without Zayd, like I don't really have anybody to compete against. But when Zayd's there, I just end up becoming faster or something.
Right.
Yeah, no, exactly. So can y'all talk about, in the break, we were kind of talking about who's a little bit better in which race. So take us through which race is your best, competing against each other. I think it was the 400. Is that your best race?
My best race is the 200.
Oh, 200, I'm sorry. And what's the fastest time that you've ran that?
58.
For the 200?
Yes.
No.
200.
200.
200.
If you're running a 58 and a 200, you're not going to state, brother.
Yeah.
I think at 26.
Yeah, we'll give you a break. It's still early, and
Yeah.
it's summertime.
Yeah,
so-
you had a 55-mile drive.
Yes, and now talk
Your
us through.
agent over here is looking that stuff up right now, so you're good.
Yeah, talk us through your kind of better races and then your fastest times.
My better race is like the 100, and my time in the 100 is 11:79. That's my fastest race, and that's my 100 is mainly the race I have PR in.
And then how fast can you run the quarter?
Quarter 57.
There you go.
Smoking.
And again, 8th
competition.
graders, again, Rotan beneficial having these two guys, especially on the 6-man field. So the other interesting question I have is identical twins. Do y'all mess with people? I mean, first of all, your parents did like everybody else, gave you the same Z names, kind of makes it, is it Zayd, is it Zayvon? I don't know which one who. And now right now, I literally wrote down purple shirt to kind of help me out, and your hair a little different, which you're going to be beneficial. And shout out, what do they call Brian? Pop's going to be glad you're going to get a free haircut from Sport Clip because he said the other day y'all need one. So do y'all ever mix how do y'all handle being identical twins?
Well,
Are y'all nice about it?
Yeah, we're nice, but yeah, when they get us mixed up, you just gotta really look at like how we dress, how we speak, and like just like if you look like right here, you could. Yeah, no, you don't have it no more.
Yeah, I was like, for those,
yeah.
We're doing this on radio for those he's trying to. So you were pointing at the nose like there's a little different there. So what's funny is me and my brother were not identical twins at all. And somebody yesterday called me. I was walking down. They said, "Hey, Rusty, how you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, okay." I just kept going. Didn't correct him. So when they call you Zayd, do you correct them or just let them roll with it, or does it depend on who it is?
Oh, I just let them roll with it.
I got a question. You may not want to admit this on air, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Have you ever ran a race for your brother? Like, have you ever, I mean, or just at practice or whatever, like, have y'all ever tried to do a little switcheroo at practice or anything?
No,
I'm saying at practice, like, well, you got new coaches. I mean, I know you all.
no, I just let Zay run his race. 'Cause I don't do it.
Yeah, I ain't running for fun. I ain't running for free. All right, so I'm gonna let her ask her question, and I got one final that she wants to know before every race. Go.
Yeah, before every race, I just want to know, like, take me through how you prepare for your race. Is it are you listening to a song that pumps you up? Or is it socks that never get washed? Or, you know, how do you guys mentally get ready to like pump you up? Because again, sometimes you're running in 110-degree weather. Sometimes you're running in, 30-degree weather. Like it's a really, really hard sport that I was sharing, my daughter kind of recently got in. And so some of those track meets this year were so cold and then it was so hot. So take me through how you're getting ready and pumping yourself up for the race.
So really, I just pray because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for God. So I pray, I stretch, and I just talk about how I'm gonna run it, how I'm gonna run that track meet, and that 400 and that 100, 200, and I just pray, and then like
You go.
You just do the dang thing.
Yes.
Okay.
What, Jesus?
I just listen to music to get me pumped up and everything.
What's the music?
To rap.
Oh yeah.
And then before my race, whenever I'm finna go up there and run, I pray. And I just pray that I just run the race and nobody gets hurt.
There you go.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
That's a good one. All right. Well, what excites you most? College Station is where it's at, right? What excites you about going to the Texas A&M?
I don't even know.
You just there to run.
Yeah, I'm just there to run.
All right, there you go. Are you gonna go get a haircut?
Before the race.
Yes.
Yeah, hey, because that right there, you got that caught in the wind. It's
Yeah.
probably down. You better be
Hey,
aerodynamic.
this is how you beat him. Get that haircut. You're that close. Just get a little trim off the top. You're gonna beat him. So what are we thinking? Like, how are we feeling going into this meet? Are you gonna be on the podium? You winning it? Gonna be on the podium? What are we feeling against the competition?
I just wanted to hit third at least because I
Okay.
know there's gonna be a lot of fast kids over there. So my goal is to hit third.
Okay. What about you?
I was going for that first place. I'm just trying to see who I can beat and just compete.
Oh, that's so exciting. Yeah, well, we're proud of y'all. So thankful that y'all made the drive in. And again, we've had all the other sports. I'm excited that we've got some track stars in the house and twins at that. Like, how fun.
Yeah, good stuff. Again, our Hodgepack Sport Clips Youth Players of the Week, Zaven and Zayd. Don't get confused, but they're going to be running really fast. Go check them out. Check out some junior high football games this year. And I'm sure the future of the Row 10 Yellow Hammers is bright, along with their other teammates, but these two guys as well. When we come back, when does football start for you? SEC Media Days. Lane Kiffin in the news again. We'll be back right after this.
Good job,
Good
guys.
stuff, yeah.
Okay, let's get a hit.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that was great.
That did good.
Okay, we'll get you back on there. Try to get it. Okay, y'all go right there. Yes, Andy, you're in there too. Yeah. Full blots. All right, lodges coming. And Andy, get in here too with
Hang
us.
on, Misty, you grab two of those cups.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me do this real quick. Okay. Yeah.
Was it at, right?
I actually don't know
Okay.
that for sure. Yeah, I just know it's over there,
It's a
so.
great facility it is.
Okay, so here's your.
Hey.
Here, hold up.
Sure, with logo. And,
Yeah, there we go. Kind of gets a cup too with the logos. There you go. All right, Leanne. Yay! Awesome. We'll get
Appreciate
that
it. Good
posted.
job, guys. Y'all take them to get a haircut. Good luck, Cliff. Good to see y'all. See y'all soon.
Good luck. I can't wait to follow along and see what y'all y'all do next week?
Yes.
Okay.
That way we can promo.
Yeah, we'll post y'all again.
Perfect.
Thank y'all.
Good luck,
Thank y'all.
guys. Go get it. Get on that podium.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Oh, man, they're
That's
fast. How fun.
That's cool. I mean, there too, they're competing against each other.
Yes.
Each other.
I know, but like he was saying, I mean, Collins has even said that, like, depending on the heat, if somebody's slow, it slows you down.
Sure.
You're just
Yeah.
not as good. And then, you feel like you're doing good, but then you're like, oh, I don't really have to compete. You kind of forget about that other
Right.
heat. So yeah, that's really cool.
Well, when you've got that built into your practice of competing against that every day.
Golly, yeah, very cool.
Have you enjoyed the Toasty Live experience yet? If not, you're missing
Yeah.
out on the best atmosphere.
They were adorable.
Great drinks, live music, TVs to watch your favorite sporting events. The Toasty Live team will
Yeah,
make
super
sure
cute.
you have an experience that you're going to tell your friends about. Check out thetoastylive.com or go like them at the Toasty
I just
Live
have so much respect for, I mean, I ran track in school, but I hated it. And the only reason I did it was to stay in shape for basketball.
Yep.
Cause our coach, when I went to Robert Lee, he was like, you won't play. Like, if you don't do track, you won't play basketball.
Oh, wow.
Like, I was one of the better players, but it was known, like,
That's
you
part of
do,
it.
Track and cross country or you're
It
not
was
my starting five.
It was
It was highly encouraged. But I knew if I didn't do that, I wouldn't start for basketball, and so I did it, and I hated track. I ran the 300 hurdles, the 100 or 110, whatever they were, hurdles, just some of the relays, but I hated it.
300 hurdles may be the worst.
I think that and the 800,
Yes.
and my daughter runs the 800, and she's actually pretty good at it. That's one of the races she excelled at this year, but man, not as good as triple or long, but, and then she did.
I am a big believer track does make you better.
It does, it truly does.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, like, and he said it best, it's you versus you.
Yep.
Like,
325-232-8075.
yeah, we're definitely gonna have to follow and see what they do next weekend, that's so cool. And then got a bid to nationals, but couldn't get it done this year, couldn't make it, it's really cool.
We'll be going through college and offer 325-232-8075.
Yeah, one of the girls that at the San Angelo relays that Collins, she almost beat her, but this girl does it like year round. And that was like Collins' first track meet, and we were like, oh God, she's probably gonna die in the 800. And then all of a sudden, we're at San Angelo relays where there's like 16 schools, and she's in first place. And at the last second, this girl beats her by literally like half a second. And we were like, oh my God, like she's pretty good.
Twins in the house, talking about running, competing against each other, being nice and being by identical twins. Because when you think of identical twins, and again, this is the Hodge pack, Misty, Hodge, and Andy Penny in for Josh. You've seen the movies where the identical twin goes and like either goes on the date because the other one can't go, and those different scenes. And I'm always like, how would that, how would I handle that, or what would that be like? And again, they had different haircuts today, obviously wearing different shirts. But if you're very identical, you can play some magic or mind games.
Put those ideas in their heads as
Right?
as eighth graders. That more.
They were, I mean, other than the
They
hair, I'm telling you, if Zabin takes that little off the top when he goes to sports clips, like it's over, it's game over.
Yeah, don't act like that's not already.
Yeah.
But again, they're going to be competing next week in the state summer track meet. And then, of course, we'll be listening. Of course, I'm fortunate enough to their grandparents, Brian and Teresa, they go to our church in Rotan. And so getting to see those guys, hopefully Sunday, and all the things of them being competing. And definitely, actually, mom and dad, everybody that goes to our church, pretty exciting to see eighth graders competing. And we talked about that. At what point is there a separation? You know, we look at Wiley. At some point, it didn't take long that Case Keenum was different.
Right.
You know, in the news, and I guess now that I'm about to say his name, LeBron knew he was going to be doing what he's doing. Scotty Scheffler knew he's going to be doing what he's doing. You know, and I don't know, they are fast, and who knows how much better they continue to get stronger and bigger and faster. Because I know if you're Coach Spark, that's what you want at Rotan. You got these twins, and especially we mentioned on the 6-man football field. If you're fast and can avoid and move and go, you're pretty lethal.
And that's why I always like to ask that question, like at what point were you like, hold on, like I'm really pretty good
Well,
at
and
this?
you mentioned it a little bit in the break, and Andy and I were the same age-ish.
You've got 2 months.
Yeah, and so, but I had to work and I'm not saying they don't work their tail off, but that I didn't have the speed.
Yeah, like
I mean,
the
I knew,
natural ability.
again, there's a reason I went into coaching. I wanted a job in sports, and play it or coach it were the two options. No offense, somebody should have told me you could have gone this route. But my point is, I mean, what will they do with that? And it's really cool seeing them compete and saying, and you can see that when you're running track in the summer, that says a lot about where they want to go.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because most kids don't want to do it in the spring.
Right.
So.
Well, and so I threw this out there, and I'll ask y'all, media days are happening. The Big 12 have had theirs. The ACC have had theirs. And this past week, the SEC have been in Tampa having theirs, and it's time for our first ever shout out. We've done objections, but this guy's been along with us for a long time. The Tyler Cagle Law Firm College Football Report. Maybe for us, this is when it kicks off for us. But again, Tyler Cagle Law Firm, if you need a lawyer that wants to protect you, help you and your family in a time that's not great, but we'll get you through it, call Tyler Cagle Law Firm at 325-232-8075. Before we get into the SEC Media Days and Lane Kiffin talking, again, when does football season start for you?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think for me, and maybe it's just the small town West Texas gal, but I think for me, when two-a-days start, like I kind of, when it gets a little bit closer to school starting, the kids are back in at two-a-days, then it's like, ooh, it's right around the corner.
It's really close, and I'm with you. Right now, I think the media days get me going. I don't do the recruiting stuff very much. I mean, I can't do the.
I think we've gotten almost where we don't like it. Don't like football.
Yeah.
Then.
Yes. So when it gets to the point of, okay, coaches are talking about the actual games that are coming up, that gets exciting for me. 2-a-days right around the corner. For high school, they just had THSCA coaching school, I think this week.
Yes.
And come back, and then they're full throttle, which means here we go as far as games are concerned. We're 5 weeks away, by the way, 35 days till game number 1 on the high school football level. So, and for me, and you think about golf, British Open was the last major last week. So for me, the golf season's done. Put that on the shelf. I know they're still playing, but now that the majors are done, let's focus all of the attention on what's coming up in the fall. So media days is big. Big Country Blitz magazine comes out this week. I mean, it's let's go. All attention is starting to focus on football.
Yeah, and some of our answers were Justin Winters. We appreciate it. When the Hodgeback starts talking about football season, that's
There
when
you
we'll
go.
give. James Flores says, once I get my hands on either Big Country Blitz or Dave Campbell's football magazine, and of course, Coach Gorman's wife, Jennifer, it's 2-a-days for her, which hit right after we get our copy of Big Country Blitz. But it feels real when we hear the band playing at the first game.
Oh, yep.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
And
one.
I think those are the things that you start getting real. I think when we know school's right around the corner.
And meet the Bulldogs or meet the whoever, at your
meet
local.
your mascot.
Yes.
It meets your players and coaching school, because most coaching schools it ends, and those coaches know that when they come back, they're going to the field house.
Yep.
They're going to you fill it in and get ready, and we think about football season, rightfully so, but some of those other sports that start cross country, volleyball, and all those things are right around the corner, because that does mean school is here. I mean, it is going to be here before you know it. And so football season right around the corner. So our Tyler Cagle Law Firm, and I throw this out, and this is one that I for your appreciation, Andy. I didn't send it to Josh or Misty, but I still think we're Big 12 country. But because of Texas, in Texas A&M, we have those folks here in town as well.
Yep.
But the SEC Media Days is almost like probably when it really starts to, because it starts to become real. Because let's face it, the faces of coaches right now are in that deal. And when you talk about it, the main one that's probably the biggest is Lane Kiffin. And Lane Kiffin came out and again, this is from ESPN.com. LSU coach Lane Kiffin said he now regrets how he handled his messy exit from Ole Miss before the Rebels' surprising run in the college football playoff last season. I'm going to tell you, and I haven't watched it yet. Terry Hagler was telling me, we were talking yesterday, and he said, you need to find the clip with Saban and Kiffin talking. And because Saban was basically like, when I went back to LSU as the Alabama football coach, it was crazy college game. Ole Miss, LSU this year, oh my gosh. And so thinking about this and Lane Kiffin regretting, do you really?
He gets on my nerves. I can't. Well, I don't know. What are your thoughts on him?
Similar. Yeah, it's the thing to say. You can say that 6 or 8 months out. I mean, that's the right thing to say when you're now 6 or 8 months removed from what went down. Yeah.
He just
how
irks
valid
me.
is it? Yeah. How valid is it? I mean, it's the thing to say in the media now, just to try to, bury the hatchet and move on. Because yeah, he knows what's coming. He knows the tsunami. The tsunami goes out, the tsunami comes back, and the tsunami's on its way back, especially when LSU and Ole Miss are on the field together.
Well, and to me, it's similar, the pressure that's coming to you at LSU.
Yep.
And it reminds me of a little bit of Chris Beard. Now, Chris Beard, former head basketball coach at Texas Tech, was a defensive stop away from being national champions. Instead, we had a kick out for a 3, went to overtime, and then it was over. Makes the decision to go to Texas. He could have stayed at Texas Tech as long as he wanted to, but went to Texas. Some unfortunate things happened, is no longer there. What Lane Kiffin was doing at Ole Miss, he could have continued to do so. Trinidad Chambliss, I mean, he had a loaded team there. And because of the NIL, you could go out and continue to do that. Is there more money at Baton Rouge? Maybe. Is LSU maybe a little more attractive? Maybe. But there's a guy named Sengedi that has shown that you can figure out a way to win football games. And I'm going to tell the SEC, and again, Greg Sankey, former guest of the show. Appreciate Bruce Hildebrand making that happen a few years ago. The last 3 national champions have come from the Big Ten. The last time a national champion came from the SEC was Georgia. And so when I think about that, when you step onto the field, Coach Murphy understands the battle he has in taking over a new program, not a new program, but for him, a new job, this conference that he's in, I call it the SEC of 2A. Lane Kiffin's stepping in with a lot more resources than Coach Murphy. Coach Kiffin's stepping into the expectations are not continue to get better every day. They want to be in the 12. They want to be in the Final Four. They want to be playing for all of it. We didn't pay you $90+ million. We didn't pay you quarterback money to come coach here to not do it. You start off with Clemson. Dabo is wanting to turn that place around. Then you get a bit of a break of Louisiana Tech. And then on September 19th, you are heading to Oxford. And there's not going to be enough security. I mean, you're going to be able to go 100 driving anywhere in Ole Miss that day in Oxford, because all the security and law enforcement will be at the Grove, will be at College Game Day, SEC Nation, everything's going to be there. And then what are you going to do with that? And because you got the quarterback from Arizona State, Levin, I mean, you've got a lot of expectations, and I'm curious, how does he handle it? Because the only people rooting for you are LSU Tiger fans.
I'm just curious too, like, at what point does this implode? You say they start with Clemson?
Yes.
Yeah, Clemson and then Ole Miss. Let's say they start 1-2. Like, I know you got to keep the guy because now you got so much money wrapped up into him, but holy cow, if if there's any sort of bump in the road, and could be 2 in the first 3, what does it look like? I mean, and you talk about pressure right out of the chute. That's not gonna be fun for old Coach Kiffin there for a while.
And I'm gonna love every minute of it.
Well, and I think for him, it's going to be, you got Coach Pete Golding, who took over for Kiffin at Ole Miss. Both sides have got to figure out which bulletin board material are we going to use best for this? Because if you're Kiffin, hey guys, they're going to hate us. They're going to hate me, and they're not really going to like you. We've got to fire away. We're going to fight together. And then you got Golding sitting there going, hey guys, he left you for money. He could have easily stayed and we could have won a ring. And why don't we do that to him? I mean, the bulletin board, you want to talk about they may not they may not let cameras in for those 2 pep talks, but I want to be there for that.
That would be.
I want to be there for that pep talk.
Agreed.
And then the other talk a lot this week, and talking about tying it back to here, was Sark and Arch Manning. They really feel like this is going to be the year. He said, Coach Sarkisian said, we have seen a different Arch. And Arch Manning, I listened to a clip this past week talking about how I learned a lot last year on what it means to be the starting quarterback at Texas. I learned a lot of the ups and downs. And let's face it, not at one point did Arch sound the best in the SEC. The media
Everybody
did
else
that from
did.
the get-go.
Yes.
And then his first game right out of the box was Ohio State on the road, and they lose 14-7. And then he has a great end of the season. And so it'll be interesting to see how Arch, because everybody, well, he'll probably be the #1 pick of the draft in 2027. Let's let him do something in 2026
Exactly.
before we put him in the draft #1 in 2027. And so, I don't know, it's getting close. We're not far away. September 5th is when Clemson plays LSU. High school football already rolling. There's still so much happening left.
And a quick shout out to ACU. The United had their media days. ACU, the preseason favorite in the United. So good
To try to
football.
win that for the third time in a row.
Third in a row, yeah.
Coach Patterson again doing a great job there. Shout out in the basketball world. Another Golding, Coach Joe Golding, going to be honored at ACU, being in their Hall of Honor as well. And I think we talk about, and Andy, we got a little bit of time. How do you feel that Tech? I think the Big 12 is going to be interesting. And how is each week for Tech? And is Will Hammond going to be ready game 1 and against ACU? What will that look like? And will we have a team? I think there's going to be this team called Oklahoma State. I think Coach Morris does a really good job. He's won everywhere he's been. He brought his quarterback. He brought his running back from North Texas. I'm not saying they're going to win the Big 12. But deep down, is there anybody that Tech should be worried about except themselves?
The quick answer to that is no. I think Tech's the favorite. I think if Tech can weather the storm there in September, figure out where Hammond is health-wise, if they can kind of get through the first few games and kind of get into a rhythm without a bump in the road. I think they play Houston pretty early, and that one might be a little bit of a bump in the road, or as far as competition is concerned. But I think if Tech can kind of weather the storm and get through September, I think they're the favorite in the Big 12 and should be back in Arlington for the Big 12 championship.
Yeah, they don't play BYU. They don't play Utah. They get Arizona State at home. They do have to go to Oklahoma State. They do have to go to Baylor. In that Houston game, the reason there's been a lot of talk about it, they're playing it on Friday night. There's been a lot of shouldn't have a game on Texas high school football Friday night, and we'll see. But that's just the beginning. Again, the Tyler Cagle College Football Law Firm College Football Report. A lot more of those coming as we go. When we come back, we'll have more Hodgeback Sports Life and everything in between.
The track meet is next week in College Station. Okay, I'm about to post this, so let me make sure.
I believe that is correct.
Our services include routine pickups, purges, or we accept drop-offs at our state-of-the-art, safe and secure facility. We are the DRI shredders, and we are here to assist and serve you in the destruction of most private documents or any of those annoying boxes that have stacked up over the years. Give us a call at 325-232-6918. Come on out and see us at 3602 North Clark Street. You'll be glad you came.
Looking at Restream,
It's quiet.
save the people,
We rely on each other.
and we rely on our Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
The call isn't just about electricity.
Is that an invitation, like summer stuff, or is that just if you wanna compete, you can, or how does that work?
I don't know. I mean, it says it's a state like championship, so surely there's some
Oh.
sort of.
Qualifying time? or
Surely,
something?
that's what I would think. I need to look more into it. But surely there would be
I would
some
think so.
sort of either a time or you have to be invited.
Yeah.
Specifically, or maybe you kind of apply to get a look. I don't know.
I assume you'd have to compete in a couple of these
Let me
other
look it up.
summer events and either win or have a qualifying time or something. You can't just
Yeah, I'm gonna
sign
look.
up for the 15.
Here we go. Let's see what the Google says.
Celebrate responsibly 2025.
Yeah, it says register through the member city affiliate or as an unattached athlete, compete in your regional qualifying meet and finish in a qualifying placement position to advance to the state games of Texas. It's the Texas Amateur Athletic Federation.
TAAF.
Yes.
You might be doing that next summer. There you go.
Oh, I don't know. I just, yeah. You know, when you think about these junior high athletes and like puberty and,
Yeah.
you know, just how their bodies are gonna change.
Yeah.
And so that is going to be really interesting to see just with these boys and, you know, girls, but just over the next couple of years when their bodies are changing so much, if that they can excel or if it's, you know, sometimes it slows them down. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of good seventh graders and then they come back in eighth grade, it's like, oh,
But I
You
think
know.
you see that a lot, especially the distance runners that do really well
Yeah.
early as freshmen. Yeah, because
yeah, I
Like,
mean,
sure.
well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's a real thing to consider. Their bodies are changing and so I just hope Collins can, you know, kind of like they said, they got a taste of winning.
Mhm.
You know, when you're going out winning on the podium, pretty much
It's fun.
every track meet,
Yeah.
it's fun and
Yep.
it's like, hold on. And so,
Yep.
and then for her to PR at the Wiley track meet, but I was excited for that because she was with our Wiley high school
Yeah.
coaches. You
That's
know, they were getting to work with her
Yeah.
for those couple of days and that was like, I think June 8th. I mean, that was like the second week of summer, but I was like, okay, this is really good. And I just hope that she can continue to excel in especially the jumping events. I mean, what she's doing right now, I'm like, oh, keep going.
I think I told you, I love Adrian Ruffin. I love it.
Yes, and they were out there. Yeah,
You know, a lot of schools look at track and just kind of.
exactly.
But not, those ladies are awesome.
That's what I'm excited for her because I really feel like if she has a really good eighth grade season going into high school, Mike Collins, you could be on varsity track as a
Oh, yeah.
freshman at Wiley. Like if you can just stay with it and you're competing at these, because we didn't know Morgan Keene, who was at Cooper for years now she's still at Wiley, but now she's in a counselor role. This year she was like, you do know that like she literally would be on the podium at high school meets. And I'm like, no, I don't know that. And so she looked up a couple of different schools around the area. She was like, Misty, like she could be on the podium.
Wow.
I'm like, as a seventh grader, and that was before her PRs in the summer. And so I'm like, I just hope that she can continue to do it. But yeah, long and triple are definitely, if she hits her mark, she can fly.
That's cool.
So it was really fun for us as parents to,
Absolutely.
you know, I love to watch her compete in anything, but track and seeing her name, getting on there and getting medals and stuff, it was just really exciting. So yeah, hope that continues.
So one whole.
It is.
but there would have been room for two for some people. Hodge, Misty, and Andy Penny in here, getting ready for you to kick off and send you into the weekend. We appreciate everybody that, again, don't forget to download, subscribe, rate, review the Hodgeback Podcast. You can go back and listen to Zaven and Zay talk about their school year and as they get ready for the state track meet that'll be happening next week, summer track meet. And Coach Webb Murphy joining us, new faces, new places, head football coach at Abilene, at TLCA Abilene. And so be sure you go back and check that out. I put in our rundown, and of course, again, football season is right around the corner. SEC Media Days finishing up today in Tampa. It'll be here before you know it. Movies, I think. Do y'all think movies are making a comeback? Here's some other in between stuff.
You know, I love to go to the movies. I actually was just last week took Collins and one of her friends to Toy Story 5.
Yeah.
So I've only seen I think the first Toy Story, but I love going to the movies.
So you went from 1 to 5 without
Yeah,
without the in between.
Yep, didn't do any in between. Good message there. Toy Story number 5. If you haven't seen it. They kind of brought in the old iPad and what that's doing to the other toys. And so it was a good message, but I've always enjoyed going to the movies, but it was interesting. It was a Friday night. There were maybe 5 people in the theater. Granted, and Toy Story 5 hasn't been out that long, but I was like, man, nobody's really here. But, you know, a lot of people I think would rather stay home and stream it. You know, things are coming to Netflix or, you know, Amazon Prime quicker now. And so I think more people are staying home, but I don't know. I will never not love going to the movies, but that's just me.
I'm similar. My attention span doesn't let me sit that long pretty much. I'm not a big movie guy. Last movie I went to was the family went. We went and saw the Michael Jackson movie. That's probably like
so good.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. We sang along through the whole thing. But yeah, typically the attention span doesn't let me sit for 2 hours.
Well, and apparently the movie that's out right now that people are talking about is The Odyssey, and it's 3 hours.
Ooh, that is long. Yeah.
And I wonder, in a 3-hour movie, is or should an intermission be in it? The first long movie I remember, and I don't know why we went and saw it, but it was Dancing with the Wolves. It was really
Kevin I knew it was a Kevin Costner movie. All of his movies were 3 hours.
Yeah, it's almost like he was getting paid by the hour. But the reason I say that is because I think there's been a push, Michael. I think really the movie that brought people back into the theater was Top Gun Maverick.
Yes.
People wanted to be
Yes.
there for that. It was the sequel that took 35, 40 years to make, and they had it. And so I was listening to some different things this week and got me thinking about movies and twofold. You mentioned straight to Netflix. Used to, if a movie was not any good, it went straight to video. You went down to old Blockbuster or something, and hopefully they had enough of them. And if it wasn't there, you ran over to see if somebody turned it in, and you looked for it. And the good movies would always have about 3 rows of them, and you would hope that one random fill in the movie was there. But if it went straight to video, it would have been a very good movie. Well, now you've got these people, even on the ESPYs the other night, Kevin Hart was talking about, I don't remember what the movie's called, but he's like, yeah, we got a new movie coming out on Netflix, and he said the movie. Well, I don't know if you have seen very many movies, or there's one right now on Netflix, and they've done a really good job promoting it. They threw him out at different golf tournaments. He was at the John Deere. He was at different places. I think he was at the Travelers. We missed him by a day, and that's Will Ferrell and the Hawk. Has any of y'all seen this?
I made it about 5 minutes into episode 1.
I have not even heard of this show.
Yep, I made it about 5 minutes. That's all I could take.
What is the premise?
So the premise is, and this is kind of why I brought up this question. The premise is that Will Ferrell is this guy named Lonnie Hawkins, and they named the Hawk. And there was a time where he was the #1 player in the world, and the storyline is he's a U.S. Open away win from winning the Grand Slam, and he's kind of he's past his prime, but he's still, think of John Daly.
That's a good reference.
Okay.
Think of John Daly still trying to make it. And but his son is also a golfer
Hmm.
and is a good golfer. And Owen Wilson that was in, he's in it too. And think of him as Shooter McGavin, but not near as arrogant and weird, but well, no, I don't know if that's accurate or not. And so this is the premise of it. And I'm sitting there and thinking, okay, I think Will Ferrell is fun. My wife, not so much. I think Old School, he was fantastic in.
I think he can be. There are
Step
some-
Brothers,
yeah.
he was great in. He was great. I mean, we still quote Ricky Bobby today.
Yeah.
And he had his moments. But I've never been in Andy, I'm the opposite. I unfortunately
You loved it?
No.
I thought he was gonna say that too.
I watched all 10
You
episodes.
did, okay.
Ooh, committed.
I felt like have you ever thought, you know what? They're just trying, it's gonna get funnier or it's gonna get better.
Yes.
Never did.
Never did. Wow.
I saved myself 10 hours.
You did.
Yeah, and so I say that have you ever had a movie or something like that did disappoint you that you were like, really? I mean, because and I didn't know, except Owen Wilson, I didn't know the other people in it. The other Saturday, his ex-wife or whatever wife in the movie or in the series is the superstar lady.
Oh
from-
yeah.
I can't remember.
Molly Shannon?
Yes.
Okay.
So she's in it. And
Nice.
I was
and so
like, what's her
she's-
name?
she had some comedy to her back in the day.
Sure.
And so I'm thinking, and Owen Wilson's funny, and maybe there'll be some cameos, and there's some pros in it, kind of like Happy Gilmore 2. But I was disappointed
Just a
that it
flop.
wasn't as funny as I thought it could be. And I go back to, and there was this movie that came out with, and it was the prime of Ben Stiller and Jack Black. And I need to look it up but these two are in this movie. And I'm thinking, if you've got Jack Black coming off of School of Rock and all these things, Orange County, and you've got Ben Stiller coming off of all these funny movies that he's been in, it's like, there's no way this can't be a good movie. And I'm like, how did two people write this thing for those two people and it be that bad? I'm gonna look that up. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, how do you mess up great actors and ruin it?
It is such a letdown. Do you find, because there's a lot more up and coming kind of actors and actresses that we don't know, and it only takes one movie to kind of put them, on us. But do you find it hard to watch a movie when you know none of the actors or actresses?
I do. It's hard for me to get pulled in to
Yes.
a movie like that. You got to know somebody. Although I will say, with the Michael Jackson movie,
I was gonna say, yeah.
did not know who was that, like his nephew or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
The role, fantastic job. Who I didn't know, but fantastic job.
Mhm.
But typically, yeah, it's going to need a star role, star player, star actor for me to get really interested in a movie.
That's kind of how I am too. And then, yeah, Michael, great example of there were a couple people that I knew, but man, and I'm so excited that they're going to come out with a part 2 that's already in the works. And so that's super exciting about
All
that.
right, so the movie was called Envy. And the whole thing is, again, going back to the premises, and Nick, I don't remember which one it was, I'll be honest with you, but comes up with this idea that invents vapor rods that disintegrates dog poop. That's the basis of this show.
And you thought because they were both in it, it was going to be funny.
Terrible.
It sounds terrible, the vapor poo or whatever.
Yes.
So I've never heard of
I mean,
it.
even if that is in an awkward one-holer, that is done.
What year was this?
Yeah.
04.
Okay, so this is one that went straight to Blockbuster, up to the wall, because I don't remember this one.
No, I watched it in a theater.
You did?
Yes.
Wow, it must not have stayed there long.
No.
Maybe a
All
week.
right, so going to watch a movie, in the movie, what is the must-have snacks?
Oh, for me, I gotta have an icy. I gotta go Coke icy. No Fanta blue or red or whatever it is. I'm going straight Coke icy, bunch of crunch, and a little mead popcorn.
Not bad. I'm pretty close. I'm going. Gotta go Dr. Pepper. for sure. Sour Patch Kids for me, can't go wrong with Sour Patch Kids, and I'll throw in a little buttered popcorn in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, no offense to the folks out there, but I miss I am a Dr. Pepper guy, we know that. But movie Coke, I don't know why it was
Pops
good.
off.
It's different.
But what
Yeah.
what I'm not a fan of, and I'll tell you, and I've told people this, you're gonna hear it. I just miss the regular old containers where you knew Coke was happening. The machines now, I'm not as big of a fan. I don't think it happens, but I feel like in my mind, I've already made it happen. That as my Dr. Pepper is leaving that ink cartridge,
Yep, it's got a little orange Fanta.
it's bouncing its way
Yep.
through, and I'm not getting all 100% Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, it's not a full crisp.
Yeah. And so when you do, and again, when you start to butter your popcorn, you're welcome, Facebook Live. As I'm doing this, I look like
It's got a little move.
well, I look like Patrick Swayze on Ghost with a little pottery doing this little.
It's also giving Dirty Dancing a little bit.
Yeah,
You
you're
are not Patrick Swayze.
no, not at all. Word to me.
Touche.
Probably more Whoopi Goldberg in the plug. But anyway, so when you go to do your own butter, how do you layer it up? Because some movie theaters now, do you put some in, butter it up, put some in, butter it up? Like
Absolutely, that's how you do it. Absolutely. And at the Mall of Abilene, that's where we watched Toy Story 5 last week. Great dispenser. And you get those free refills on the old popcorn and the Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, whatever. And so, yeah, you're in little butter. It's right there. I highly suggest coming to the theater. I love their trays. It's different. But yeah, that's exactly how you do it. Then throw a little ranch powder on there if you really want to beef it up. They sell it, or maybe sneak in some from home, like I don't know, whatever gonna do. But that's also a little bit of a game changer. Throw a little ranch powder on there.
yeah, it's good stuff. Well, Andy, appreciate you coming in. Sorry you got the awkward two-holer question of the day, but good to have you in on a day when Webb Murphy was in as well.
Yeah, always a pleasure, guys. Thanks for the invite.
All right, again, we'll have more Hodgeback Sports Life and everything in between. Don't forget to download, subscribe, rate, and review. Music on the way. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Good show, guys.
It was
It
fun.
was a fun one.
Okay.
Thanks again for bringing my stuff.
You're welcome.
Yeah.